Okay, you're on.
Hello, welcome to Facebook Live School Board Edition. Tonight, a meeting at 7 p.m. That'd be Monday. So you have about 6.5 hours to get a babysitter for the kids. Of course, you'll probably be headed to the Stampede and not a school board meeting, but that's why you read the Tribune tomorrow and you see what all was discussed. In the meantime, let's talk about some rather important topics that will be discussed at tonight's board meeting or work session. By the way, I'm Tyler Sylvie, education reporter for the Greeley Tribune. Number one is the board's going to discuss student assessment data, and we all know about the state tests that kids have to take. These aren't state tests, these are district level, but they give districts an idea of how their kids are doing and how they might do on state tests. And so they do these 2, 4, sometimes 6 times a year, depending on the test. In this case, they're looking at Dibbles or Dibbles testing. And the big takeaway from these test results, from just a glance on my part, was that students who are in blended learning classrooms are outperforming students who are not in blended learning classrooms. And to explain that further, blended learning, for those who aren't aware, is a trendy teaching model that involves technology and, in many cases, grouping kids into different stations while the teacher bounces from station to station. It's supposed to be a tool for helping some students catch up and help others move ahead. So you're sort of solving a problem for all kids on all levels of the spectrum. The next important thing, I've labeled it as "Don't Judge Us." It looks like the school board is planning to send a nastygram, maybe not so nasty, but a disappointed letter to the State Board of Education regarding the State Board's recent decision on district performance frameworks. Now, every district and every school in the state has a performance framework or a performance improvement plan or something to that effect that they file with the state, judges District A and says, you are performing, good, so happiness is, or you're performing bad, so shape up. And there are 4 or 5 different performance indicators, and the state uses a variety of factors to determine where these districts sit on that continuum. District 6 is accredited with improvement this year, which is better than, it could be a lot worse. Like 6-8 years ago, the district was on academic watch, and they had to take some serious steps to improve. So right now they're accredited with improvement, but still, here's the nutshell of what the board is upset about. The state board, June 8th, and I'll write more about this in the future, decided to keep things the way they have been, with regard, meaning school districts get a performance rating from the state based on a variety of factors, including test scores of certain subgroups of students. District 6, among other districts, sought to change that. Their reasoning was that many students fall into many subgroups and thus are overcounted in getting the district's rating. For example, the state will look at how kids who are English language learners are doing in tests. They'll look at kids who are in poverty, i.e. they're on free or reduced price lunches, or other quote-unquote risk factors, and they'll take each of those groups and then rate the district. What District 6 and other districts wanted was a lot of those risk factors to be combined into one subgroup that the state would judge them on. Now, it's not that the district didn't want those groups reported. They do want the groups reported. It's just they don't want the English language learners, students on free and reduced lunches, and all the others to be separated out and rating the district because they feel like those students are overcounted. So state disagreed. District 6 probably joins a host of other districts sending the state board essentially a letter that says tisk, tisk. Did I say tisk, tisk, tisk? There's not an I in that, is there? Tisk, tisk. I need my mother to teach me how to tisk. The last thing that I think is rather interesting, and you'll see some more reporting on this as the summer goes along, but this is a really interesting concept, and it started over at UNC with a graduate student there, the Fred Tardes School of Innovation. It's going to be a K-8 school that's opening in August, 350 kids. The board's going to discuss that tonight, and stay tuned because we'll write about that as well. It looks like a District 6 partnership with these original creators. So It'll be sort of the look and feel of a charter school, but it sounds like it's going to be within the district. But like I said, there'll be more reporting on that in the future, but potentially an exciting new option for parents. If you're looking for a different option for your kids, look in the fall. Thanks for sticking with us. Again, I'm Tyler, education reporter at the Greeley Tribune. I hope you guys all have a fun time at the board meeting tonight or the Stampede, wherever you may be. Bye.